Functional planning can be a real game changer for anyone who's looking to improve how they organise their life and get stuff done. But what exactly is a functional planner and how can it be of benefit to you? That's what we're going to look at in today's episode. Hey there, planner friend. So in today's hurried world, with its constant demands on my time and my attention, it can be really hard for me to stay focused and get stuff done. That's where my functional planner comes in. But let me take you back a few years first. In the days before I had my functional planning system, I really didn't have any structure to my days. I didn't track my tasks, I wasn't organising my priorities, and as for goals, well, I really didn't have any because they kind of just existed in my head as dreams. Now, this led to feelings of overwhelm because I had stuff scattered all over the place. I had stacks of notebooks, I had sticky notes, I had things scrawled here and there, and I had a lot of stuff being held in my head as well. And it just added to the mental overload of trying to keep track of where I'd written something down and what I was meant to be doing. It makes me feel frazzled just thinking about how I was trying to keep my life organised in such a haphazard way. Pair that with the frustration of feeling like I was being left behind because my days lacked structure, plus not knowing where to start with all of these endless to-do lists everywhere. It made for one, well, frazzled and shouty mummy, shall we say. But I found it's only when you get to the bottom that you can actually build any kind of firm foundation. And it was from that hyper frazzled and discouraged state that I figured there has to be a better way. There's got to be some way in which I can figure this out and start getting stuff done. And it was from that place that I started to investigate how maybe a planner would be able to help me. And although I didn't nail it straight out of the gate, I had 3 years of planner fails, I did eventually find my comfort place within a functional planner setup. Finding my version of Planner Peace not only increased my motivation, but it also improved my confidence because I had this greater sense of purpose. And that's why I create this content, sharing my journey. So now you know the why functional planning, let's get to the what. Functional planning is usually a paper-based planning method where you can organise your time and tasks. You can log appointments, track habits, plan out steps to accomplish a goal, schedule the goal completion steps into your diary, and so on. By using a functional planner, I am able to stay on track with my goals and make sure that I'm getting through my to-dos and completing tasks. I'm also going to remember appointments and errands that I need to make because I have it all written down here. The key is to write it down in the first place though, but once it's written down, it gives me something that is hands-on and tactile that I can hold and see. For me, this is what I love about a paper-based planner because when I put it in the cloud onto something digital, say, for me, it just feels like it's out of sight, out of mind, and I'm not going to act on it. Yes, I do love the fact that with a digital system, you can have push notifications to your phone to remind you of different appointments that you might have. But for me, I still love to write things down. And the reason that I love it so much is just because for me, once it's down on paper, it's like the first step to making it concrete. It's the first step to bringing it into reality when it comes to your goals and your projects and the things that you want to achieve. Now, I know you may be thinking that a paper-based planning system, like say a Filofax, is archaic, maybe an 80s throwback, but I want to convince you further that it's not as archaic as it seems. In 2021, Christopher Berglund wrote an article in Psychology Today that's really going to help to convince you why writing things down on paper still is king. In his peer-reviewed article titled 4 Reasons Why Writing Things Down on Paper Still Reigns Supreme, Berglund notes, in addition to being faster and more accurate, the fMRI neuroimaging data from the paper notebooks versus mobile devices study suggests that the act of physically writing things down on paper is associated with more robust brain activity in multiple areas and better memory recall. So the bottom line here is that by putting pen to paper, you can not only improve your brain activity, but you can optimize your memory as well, which for me, that sounds life-changing. Now, I know a lot of companies try and convince us to go paper-free, online banking, paper-free billing, see our website instead of have an actual catalogue. Basically, go digital. It's being pushed at us from every direction. And yes, it is more environmentally friendly because we're not using up loads of resources, we're not having to ship things and all of that kind of stuff. But I still love how a planner feels in my hands. I love putting pen to paper, and I just like the flexibility of being able to arrange my planner with the sections and the inserts that I want that are going to really help me achieve the things that I want to achieve. Plus, it's a well-needed break from screens and constant notifications and the distractions that come from using, say, a tablet or a laptop or a mobile device. So now we know the why behind why I had to have some sort of functional planning system in place. Plus, we've got a brief what a functional planner is. We're going to be going a little bit further into what a functional planner setup could look like. A great functional planner is going to have several components that come together to create a system that's both enjoyable to use, because that's really important. I think it was James Clear in his book Atomic Habits said, how do you make a habit satisfying? And that's really important, because the more satisfying and enjoyable it is, the more you're going to stick at it. And with a functional planner setup, having something that is enjoyable as well as helping you feel more productive is going to be, for me, I think the sweet spot that you're going to aim for. First, you're going to need to choose the right planner for you. Now, I've gone with a ring binder planner, but the first two planners I tried to use were a perfect bound hardback planner. Let me just grab them. These were the first two planners that I tried to use in 2018 and 2019, and they are book style planners. They are hardback and they are kind of rigid in terms of their format and what's in there. You can't add anything easily, you can't remove anything, and because they're dated, when you have all of those blank pages of unused dates where you kind of fell off your planner wagon, it can be really discouraging. So after 2 years of failing in these, I had to move to a ring style planner because I just felt like it gave me the flexibility of being able to create a planning system that really worked for me. Next, you're going to want to decide on how you're going to do your scheduling. You can have, like in these planners, they were a week on 2 pages in a horizontal format. You might decide you want daily inserts, or it may be some sort of monthly calendar grid that you find to be the most useful for you. But you need to spend time thinking about what format you're going to like to plan in. And for me, again, that's where using a ring binder style planner really comes into its own, because I can easily test different layouts. Do I want a week on 1 page? Do I want a week on 2 pages? Do I want a horizontal view, or do I want a vertical view? Am I going to include those daily inserts? What kind of monthly view do I want? Am I going to have all of my months together, or am I going to put the month and the weeks and the days together followed by the next month? So it really is for me, I know I keep saying this, for me, a ring binder just has so much flexibility. You can do so much experimentation so that you can really find where your happy place is when it comes to your planning system. So I would say there are 7 key components for a great functional planner setup. Here they are. 1, scheduling appointments and tasks. This could be a daily diary, weekly agenda, monthly calendar, year at a glance, or a combination. Number 2, you're going to want to have a place where you can clearly define your goals and priorities. This could be done on note paper, added to the planner, or specific inserts that help you map out your priorities and your goals. Number 3, you're going to need a way of breaking those goals down into action steps and a way of managing them. Again, this could be done on note paper, but I feel like Having something specific for the task just helps to guide you through the process, which makes life easier. Number 4, you're going to need a way of scheduling time to complete your task as well as your goal action steps. And again, this is where your daily, weekly, monthly or calendar type inserts are going to come in, because you're going to look at how you can start fitting those action steps and tasks for your goals into your life. Number 5, I think you should think about having some sort of tracker within your functional planning system. This could be for tracking budgets, it could be tracking health goals, it could be tracking progress towards certain projects that you're working on. Number 6, regular reflection. Although this isn't necessarily an insert per se, although it can be, this is time where you're going to reflect on how you're using your planner, how things are going. It could also be a time to reflect on your week or reflect on your day. What have you got done? Are you on track for your goals? Maybe you want to do an end of month review of how things have gone in terms of projects that you're working towards. This could be an insert that helps guide you through the process. In my shop, I've got one that helps you do an end of week review. And on some of my monthly inserts on the back, you do get a monthly like journaling prompt for reviewing how your month went. And the last one, number 7, is the use of visual cues. So this could be using highlighters. I like to use a highlighter to cross off when I've completed task on my daily insert or any kind of action steps on a goal that I'm working towards on that week. It could also be mini icon stickers. I do love me a mini icon sticker for certain tasks like meetings, phone calls, doing a food shop, meal planning, any kind of appointments, say doctors, dentists, appointments with the kids' schools. Sometimes having just a little mini icon sticker that represents that you can just stick onto your monthly view. It just firstly makes using your planner more fun, because you get to stick some stickers down, and the big kid in me loves that. But also when it comes to using your planner, having these cute little icons, it just makes it a lot quicker for your brain to look at your month or look at your week and see instantly, oh, I've got a meeting there, I need to do a food shop, I need to do a meal plan, and what have you. So I'm just saying, mini icon stickers for the win. So by incorporating these 7 elements into your functional planning system, you can create something that's going to really be tailored to your needs and help you to get stuff done. But as I said before, it's important that your functional planner is also enjoyable to use. So how do we make it more engaging? So this is where we're going to want to bring the beauty to our productivity. And I know in the planning community, decorative planning has been a big business for quite a few years, with the use of luxury planner covers, dashboards, decorative stickers like paper clips, charms, dangles, all kinds of beautiful things that are like jewelry for your planner that just make it really gorgeous. But I would have to say, don't overdo it. This is meant to be a tool for keeping you accountable and keeping your life organized. If you go too far with the decorative items, for me, I just feel like sometimes it makes it gets in the way of actually being able to use my planner, because there's just layers of decorative stuff that I've got to turn through first in order to get to the stuff that's actually going to help me get stuff done. So while the bedrock of functional planning is productivity and organisation, there's no reason why you can't add some decorative elements to your system. However, I would say to prioritise functionality over decoration, because if you have too much decoration, it's going to bulk up your planner and it's going to kind of get in the way of you actually using it. So with a little bit of thought and experimentation, a functional planner can be an amazing tool for keeping you accountable, helping you stay on track with your goals and your tasks, just generally helping to improve your productivity and your mental health, because let's face it, a gazillion sticky notes stuck all over the place and endless to-do lists written in a bunch of different notebooks, it just frazzles your brain. Just saying, been there, tried that, bought the t-shirt and luckily found something else that actually worked. So the top 3 takeaways for functional paper planning are: think about what you need your planner to do for you in terms of the areas of your life that you need to keep organised. Then test out planners and inserts that are going to help you manage those life areas. Do not be afraid to switch things up and experiment if things aren't really sticking or gelling or just don't feel right. Put something different in and see how it goes. As I've said in previous episodes, it is all about keeping an open mind towards experimentation. And finally, add a few flourishing touches that are just going to make your planner more enjoyable to use and to look at. If you just love to look at it and love to see it, then the more you see it, the more you're going to want to use it, and the more it's going to remind you of the tasks and the goals that you're working towards. And if you want some more inspiration, then you can check out the inserts that I use for my functional planning setup. I will pop a link in the description below. Until next time, planner friend, let's keep working towards a functional planning system that helps us build a better life without toxic productivity. And if you want more inspo, then keep watching here. YouTube is going to recommend something that it thinks is going to be a good fit for you. Let me know in the comments on the next video. Bye for now, planner friend. Bye, 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 bye.